Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Happy 4th of July. It's the 4th of July today. It is the birthday of the United States. It's a special day. The United States moves into a one vibration. And I wanted to, and we also have some pretty big astrological happenings, as we always do, this month. One of which occurs on the 15th of July. It's a conjunction of Mars and Uranus. And if I can, I will go over that stuff with you using the charts and such in a video. I just have, I've been too busy to actually do that video, but I think I might just to show that part of it. But I was, struggling after the debate and all the backlash from the debate. It seemed to me that people were sort of missing the point a little, and I wanted to see how Joe Biden's July was going to go, because now we're in July, and this is the talk of the Beltway, I guess. I don't know what that means, but I've heard it. I've heard the term used, so I'll use it. And I thought I would look to see, where Joe stands in July, what the energy is for him, because the conjunction of Mars and Uranus on Algol, which is called the demon star, is actually in an opposition to Joe's sun, Venus, and Mercury in his chart. And of course, oppositions are, there's, great opposition. And that energy can be a sudden change, especially with Mars there, and a change of leadership. That can cause a change of leadership. Now, that being said, without making everybody panic, that aspect also affects Donald Trump's chart in a very challenging way as well, perhaps even more challenging, in that it is that conjunction is square his Mars. He has Mars in Leo in the 12th house, the house of his undoing, and that conjunction is also at the top of his chart at the MC. So the MC is the most public place. For Joe, the conjunction occurs in his 6th house of health, and so I think both of them, it's a big stress to their health. So I wanted to sort of look to see what the energy was going to be. So I did a card reading, and I've sort of been, sometimes I do readings, and if they happen to be, if they happen to show something. I do the readings to help myself understand the situation, and I don't always share the readings with folks because I'd like to know myself, like feel secure in what I'm seeing and figure it out instead of necessarily figuring it out on the fly. Sometimes I can do that, sometimes it's great, but when I'm emotionally connected to a reading, when I have a stake in the outcome, then it's a little bit harder. So, and I've had my, what is that word? I want to be as accurate as possible is what I'm saying, without putting my own hopes and also fears into a reading. So that's what I want to say. So I did pull some cards on Joe, and we're going to take a look at them, and then I'm going to pull cards on Trump. So I did a Celtic cross. So the first card up for Joe Biden is the 7 of Pentacles. So this is Joe's July. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is an evaluation. It's 7, of course, is an evaluation. Pentacles is an evaluation of health, perhaps, and resources, right? Well, they can be actual financial resources, which, as I understand it, he got a big boost in money coming into his campaign after the debate. So we have an evaluation here, and the crossing card is the Emperor. This is the leader. This is, the emperor, right? So I think it's an evaluation of his resources, whether they be physical resources. I think it's mostly physical. I don't think it's necessarily mental at this point. I think they're just his age and the amount of stress the man is under. Can he perform his duty as the king, the emperor, or the leader? Okay, so that's the immediate environment. That's what we're sitting in right now. Now, underneath it is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, and it's called the Lord of Ruin. So this is, it's a Gemini energy. And Gemini is mental, right? So this is a question of, precipitated by the disastrous performance of the debate. Now, of course, we're just talking about Joe here. If we were to say, how did Trump do in the debate? He was worse, but that's not what people are focusing on, right? Okay. So in the past, we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, and it's called Lord of Harmonious Change. This is a card of cause and effect. It's pentacles. It's trying to balance things out. In the Rider-Waite deck, it's the guy with the two pentacles. He's going like this. There's a lot of like tumultuous seas in the background. So this is, in the past, we have trying to find balance in a very emotionally fraught time, which of course, coming out of COVID, coming out of the election, coming out of the insurrection, when we really look at it and we really see what he was able to do, with the situation that we were in, it's pretty amazing how much he actually got done. So that's in the past. So, sometimes we forget about the past, right? In the sky, we have the Two of Swords. So this is called the Lord of Peace Restored. So what's in the sky is generally the energy available, but also the sense of things. And I like this card. It's a Libra card. It's a balance card. It's not, an action is not being taken, but things are being considered. Things are being considered. So that's in the sky. Now, the immediate future is pretty much the card for the month. That's how I read it. And then I add whatever comes at the end of the reading to give it a little more clarity. But when I'm just looking at a month ahead, I usually see this card as sort of the card for the month. And we have the sun, illumination, revelation. So there is, things will be revealed. Things are coming out, and things are coming out. He himself said he didn't have a good debate. People who are doubtful of him being able to do it are coming out. People who think he can do it and want to support him are coming out. So everybody's sort of showing their cards right now, right? We're showing their cards. And, the Democrats have always been a coalition of people who had have a common vision for America, but also have their own issues and want their own issues resolved. And there's a lot more sort of back and forth. They don't like stand in line. They don't, hail to the leader. Democrats aren't like that. They don't think they've ever been like that. So, well, in my lifetime anyway. So I'm sure back in the day, maybe they were. All right. So we see things being illuminated through this period. Okay. How it's seen from the outside, how it's seen from perhaps outside of America. Okay. We have the Lord of Flame and Lightning, the King of Wands, And I feel like if this is, did I say king? Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. This Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a energy of getting word out. It's an energy of going out and declaring your beliefs, what you believe to be true, what is most important to you. There's almost a religious fervor. Sorry about the noise. There's always sometimes a religious fervor around this card. I feel anyway. I don't know if anyone else reads it that way, but it's certainly somebody who believes and is a symbol of what they believe. And I feel like Joe Biden is that symbol of America, is that symbol of democracy, is that symbol of caring, that the caring part of us, and then also the freedom-loving part of us. He is not a dictator. He allows people their positions. He allows people their ideas, and then he tries to come to consensus. The man has 4 planets in Scorpio. Scorpio is about coming together, merging, sharing the resources, and those resources can be financial. That's why we have, he's given with all the programs, right? Or it can be mental, or so there's this energy of ideas, right? Getting a group of people together. What's your idea? What's your idea? What's your idea? And then sort of choosing with all the information, the best idea. And those kind of people don't just jump at stuff. They don't just they're not light on their feet. They're not quick on their feet. They're not quick at the answer. They have to ponder things, right? And so I think that that's the energy that Joe has. Now, in his domestic situation, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is a Virgo card. This is his domestic situation, so this would include his family. And I think he's talking to his family, and do you guys think that are you with me? Are you, or can you, are we going to be able to do this? And I think with the 8, I feel like they will persist. It's a Virgo energy. There's a persistence here, but there's also a care for his health. So I feel like his family's going to keep a very close eye on his physical health. Hopes and fears, the Tower. Okay, so some people are hoping that Joe goes, and some people are fearing that, right? Or some people are fearing that he stays, and you know what I'm saying? So it's a hope, it's a fear. It's not a reality. Okay? It's not a reality. The hopes and fears generally show just the two sides of the there's so much at stake. There's so much at stake that it's making people nuts. And okay, and then the outcome, we get the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card speaks to me of wisdom and age to a certain extent, but somebody who shines the light. And so, honestly, I don't think Joe Biden, according to these cards, at this moment, July 4th, 2024, how I read these cards is he is not, at this time, going anywhere. And in light of the energies, the astrological energies, they are aware of it. They are watching his health very, very closely. I do believe if he felt and his family felt that he could not do it, he would step down from the nomination, perhaps even from the presidency, put Kamala in charge, and she would be the nominee and the president, perhaps. But that is something that's not, we're not there. I'm not even saying that's what's going to happen. But, I feel like he's enough of he knows himself well enough. He knows what's needed. And I think if he couldn't give his all, I think he would figure out a different way. That's my feeling about Joe, but that's my feeling about Joe. Okay, so that's Joe's cards. Now, I haven't done Trump's cards. I haven't looked at Donald Trump. And so I'm going to shuffle these up really, really well, because I want to make sure that the Biden energy is out of these cards. So now we're looking at Trump for July of 2024. Now, of course, he's coming off felony counts, right? 34 felony counts. He was supposed to be sentenced in July, but it has been delayed because of the Supreme Court's immunity decision. I guess Merchan has to decide what was an official act and what wasn't an official act. It doesn't seem all that, it seems pretty clear cut to me, but I have investment in this, and I'm not a judge, nor am I a lawyer. I don't think I'd be a good lawyer. I wouldn't be able to keep it together. I'd want to rip people's heads off. But that's me, rebel that I am. Plus, I tend towards being progressive. And it seems like, well, at least with the Supreme Court, things are pretty regressive at this point. Although, I want to say this about that. Sometimes when you have to jump over a big chasm, you have to back up to get a running start. And if we can look at what the Supreme Court has done with all its decisions in the last, 3 years, we could call it a running start. So we can jump into the new, we'll have enough momentum to jump into the future, which I see as very bright and very exciting. I think Project 2025 is a load of horse manure. So we have the Magician. So this is Trump's card. So the Magician is the manipulator. Now, is he manipulating or is he being manipulated? Is he pulling the strings or is somebody pulling his strings? Trump generally is an energy, he's sort of like a clear channel for whoever's going to pay him enough money to do, right? He's the as long as he gets paid enough for the puppet show, he's willing to be the puppet, even though he'd probably say he's not. So that's where he's at. And he feels empowered. He feels like he's pulling all the strings here. Let's see what's challenging that. We have the Princess of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, this could be a female. This could be a woman who's getting in the way of that. But it almost feels to me, and it could always be a woman getting in the way because of his history, right? But I don't feel like that's really it. It feels to me like there's a lack of funds. This has to do with the lack of funds. This could be connected to his daughter-in-law. What's her name? Laura. Sorry. You should never make fun of people's appearance. Except maybe when they do it to themselves. But okay, we're not going to go there. Underneath it all is the Three of Cups. So he has support. He is supported through this. And we know he's been supported through this whole thing, right? Because he would never be where he is if it wasn't for the support of other people. In the past, we have the universe. So this is the World card. This is the end of a cycle. So something came to an end in the past. It is a Saturn energy. He does have, what does he have? Something Saturn in his chart. I think the sun at the time of this conjunction with Uranus and Mars and Algol, the sun is on his Saturn on that day. So, but that's the past. In the sky, what's available in the sky? The Knight of Swords. Now, this is a very different knight. This is a knight who can create a lot of chaos. And this can also be his foot soldiers. So he does have people out in the world who are sort of readying for battle, perhaps. Let's see the July. This is the card for July, right? The immediate future. We have the Four of Cups. So there's the Four of Cups is always somewhat of a divine discontent. There's an energy of divine discontent with this card. But it is four, and four can be very insular. With the cups, it's like you're living in your own emotional world, but you're not happy. Like you have everything you need, but happiness. You're kind of bored in with this energy. So that's the immediate future. How it's seen from the outside. Seven of Wands. He seems like he's the victor here. People are saying he won the debate, but really, if you look at the debate, I mean, maybe he did win the debate. If winning the debate means lying out of your butthole and mouth hole, and you know, anyway, domestic situation. The King of Cups. So his mind really, I feel this is Biden. Biden is in his dreams. Biden is in his head. The King of Cups, well, and this is interesting because this vibration, this King of Cups vibration, in the system that I use with the Kabbalah, this is his shadow. This is his shadow. So and it has to do with narcissism and an inability to see how what he does emotionally affects other people. So that could be his domestic situation that he's experiencing right now. Hopes and fears. The King of Swords, he wants to be the king. Everybody's terrified he's going to be the king. And the outcome. The Empress. The Empress. Interesting outcome. A couple of things with the Empress. It is, in a lot of readers see it as the Russia card. Yeah, it could be the Russia card. I'm not sure Russia is all that interested, and you know, that might be my naivete, that they're so much interested in this. Of course, if he gets in, they're loving it. So perhaps it is Russia. It is resources. It is abundance. But it is the feminine. It's the power of the feminine. And as we see the Princess of Pentacles, this could be Nikki Haley. And this could be the power of the feminine at the end of this. So it's just a possibility. I don't see a tower here. I see a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings. And I guess it depends on how well he's handling his feelings that will determine his July. But I don't see, I know that I've thought that this kind of aspect could be a health issue, but it could also be because of the conjunction up at the top of his chart. It could be that he loses power in July, which is when they're deciding who the nominee is going to be. I can't imagine that he would allow that to happen. So I think it's not something that is likely to happen, but I think maybe the seed is there. And I guess we'll have to see. But as it stands, a lot of emotionality, mostly emotionality. So his emotions may be overwhelming. And I feel like the emotions are his, and all the sword cards, the Knight of Swords in the sky, and what was it, the other, the King of Swords are the people that are behind him more. The King of Swords could even be hopes and fears. This could even be the immunity issue, making people fearful or hopeful that he's going to succeed. But in the end, it's the woman, the power of the feminine. I don't know. We'll see. That's how I see it. Hopefully that's helpful for you. It doesn't give you any more reasons to be fearful. Look, we're at a time of instant manifestation. If you want to see something, manifest in the world, you have to visualize that thing, not the other thing. I think one of the things that this whole project 2025, whatever it's called, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. It's like you should know what their plans are, but because now you know what their plans are, it can prey on your mind. And if it's filling your head, then it has a better chance of manifesting. So focus on what it is you want to bring into this world, into this life, into this situation. And don't lose hope or faith. Whatever happens. We'll deal with it as it happens. But the fear of it happening is not a place you need to spend any of your time. Just apply yourself to the moment you're in. Do what you need to do so you can get to so you can create what you want to see in this world. And it starts with your mind's eye, and then you put your heart into it, and don't fear. Don't get caught up in the fear. All right, guys, I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. I'll be doing a moon shadows with Ona today, so you can keep your eyes peeled for that. And we're going to do the new moon in Cancer, which is a lovely new moon in between two pretty powerful full moons in Capricorn. We'll be doing the full moon on Ona's channel in about 2 weeks, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. Okay, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.